Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Alright everyone, hope you're all doing fantastic. Now this is why I love Australian boxing. For the most part, these guys like to just get in the middle of the ring, forget clinics and all this kind of thing, and just trade off and just go for it. And that's exactly what happened with Jeff Horn and Michael Zerafa. Now, I'll give away the result right now, and then we'll talk about the fight. So, Michael Zerafa, he stops Jeff Horn in round number 9. Drops him to the canvas, and this wasn't the first time that Jeff Horn got dropped to the canvas in this fight. No, round number 2, Jeff Horn gets dropped to the canvas also. Now, before we get into this fight, before this fight, I was thinking, okay, if Jeff Horn can look really good in this fight, then maybe we could see a fight between Jeff Horn and Kell Brook. Because Kell Brook, he went the distance with Michael Zerafa, he got the points win, but Kell Brook didn't look that good in that fight. And for me and a lot of people, we're looking at it thinking, okay, well, maybe Kell Brook, his mind was elsewhere, maybe on Amir Khan, or maybe he's a little bit washed up. But after watching this fight with Jeff Horn, I can see Michael Zerafa is so much better than what I thought he was, and a lot of other people thought he was. So now we can look back at the Kell Brook fight and thinking, well, actually, Kell, you did pretty damn good in that fight, right? Anyway, into this one. So first round was a little bit cagey, but again, these guys were not afraid to let their hands go, okay? But not really much in it. You could either swing, well, in my opinion, you could swing round number 1 either way. But round number 2, clearly a Michael Zerafa round, when Jeff Horn, he went crouching down to go with the body shot, and Michael Zerafa caught him with a left hook, which of course sent Jeff Horn unbalanced, and he went down. Got up, no problems, everything was fine, and finished the rest of the round not too bad, I suppose. But from round 3 up until round 7, I would say, it was pretty much, all of these rounds were pretty close, I think. I mean, for me, I kind of was edging most of them towards Michael Zerafa, to be brutally honest, because it was a case of Jeff Horn, he was having a lot of good moments. For example, like a Jeff Horn, he would be winning like the first minute, then Michael Zerafa would finish strong for like the last 2 minutes. Then the next round, it will be roles reversed and things like that. So for me, if anybody was having Michael Zerafa winning that fight, or Jeff Horn maybe just edging that fight up until the 7th, I ain't going to argue with you, okay? But either way, these guys were trading. Jeff Horn got badly cut. I believe it was round number 3. It was a real bad cut. We know Jeff Horn, he likes to get marked up quite a bit anyway. Now, questions are going to be asked about this fight, because Jeff Horn, he's a 147-pound fighter historically, and Michael Zerafa, he's a 154-pound fighter. So Zerafa is naturally a bit bigger than Jeff Horn, but Jeff Horn, he has been fighting at 154 over his last couple of fights, and I believe I heard this fight was a middleweight. So maybe this would be more suitable to Michael Zerafa than what it would have been for Jeff Horn. Maybe it's a step too far, if I heard it correctly, that this fight was at middleweight. Now, round number 8, Michael Zerafa was starting to just use his jab quite comfortably. He knew, or he felt, that he was in control of this fight, which, by the way, I briefly caught one of the trainer of Jeff Horn in the corner saying, "You're doing well, you're winning this fight." I'm looking at it going, are you sure about this? I'm not too sure if I'm sharing your optimism on this one. But either way, Michael Zerafa was starting to really just coast home, he was. And Jeff Horn just didn't really have any kind of answers. And that continued in round number 9, which was the final round. It was a 10-round fight. And Michael Zerafa, he was having fun in there. He was just coasting. He knew he could just keep Jeff Horn behind the jab, and Jeff Horn had no answer for him whatsoever. And a big shot comes through. Jeff Horn goes down. He makes it to his feet, but you can see he's in trouble. And boom, it just goes badly wrong for Jeff Horn. Okay, the fight is off. So Michael Zerafa scores a 9th round knockout victory over Jeff Horn. When Jeff Horn, I would imagine, okay, listen, I'm not in Australia, but I would imagine Jeff Horn was probably the favourite coming into this fight, right? Either way, Michael Zerafa, he's just put himself up on the podium for some decent fights going forward. He really has. And as I said before, we have to look back at the Kell Brook fight and give Kell Brook a hell of a lot more credit than maybe what we all did at the time, right? Anyway, so that's what's happened. Michael Zerafa over there in Australia, of course, it's just gone 2 o'clock over here in the UK. So, yeah, it's actually quite fun to watch boxing midday. Anyway, congratulations to Michael Zerafa. Jeff Horn, he will bounce back. Let's not say he won't, he will. I just feel that if I heard it correctly, that it is middleweight, maybe he needs to go down to 154 and kind of stay there if that is true. Anyway, that's what's going on. That's the fight result. Michael Zerafa pulls off what some was going to consider a shock upset in a very, very good, brutal fight. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next one.